Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Mabel Kikri, and this is Bloody Space. And here we talk about faith lifestyle. So let's get into it. welcome back to my new subscribers. And if you're an old taker, good to see you. Welcome back here. Good to have you. And if you haven't already done so, before we get into the video, trust me, you're going to enjoy it. So just like it already. Yes, like it. And quickly share it soon because I think this is a topic that everyone needs. Yeah, so I'm going to give you a few seconds for that. So let's wait. You liked it? Have you shared it? Alright, let's get into the video. So today, I'm sure you'll have known the topic from the thumbnail. Again, talking about jealousy. Hmm. Recently, I was scrolling through Twitter and someone asked the questions that, um, how do you handle jealousy as a believer? And I think that's a very important question because I believe that jealousy happens to the best of us. It happens, creeps in once in a while, unnoticed, unplanned. Just happens that you begin to feel this kind of feelings towards friends or family or in a way that you did not expect to happen, right? So I'm just going to share my experience that happened recently, just very recently. My friend and I applied for an opportunity, and it turns out that she got in and I didn't. And I think that period I was just so overwhelmed with things not going my way. I was like, why always me? Why always me? And she shared she came to say, oh, that I got into this program, and I was like, oh, let me go and check. Should I go and check an email if you got into it? And I went to check, I didn't get any email of congratulations, nothing whatsoever. And I was really pained, right? I was really pained. I was like, why didn't I get in? Blah blah blah. But in the moment of my hurt, of pain, right? I took it out on her that so I think we're trying to discuss, and I just shut it down. Like I didn't even tell her congratulations, oh nice, or stuff like that. I was just focused on. I was like, they didn't pick me. Why every time this happens to me, this one, that one, blah blah blah. And she was even trying to console me. She was like, "Oh, don't worry, another opportunity will come. Better one." I was like, "I beg you, when is it going to happen?" I just like, I beg, I just like, I beg, and I moved on to another topic. I realized afterwards that that was really hurtful. If I was the one on the receiving end, I wouldn't have liked that. So I reached out to her, apologized, and we made amends, right? But it was a revealer of the state of my heart at that point in time. And I knew I had to take a step back, I had to take a step back, reevaluate my life, evaluate my thought process that led up to that point, the things that have been happening because it never really starts with one event. I knew that I was noticing the pattern that, oh, people have been telling me stuff and I've not been genuinely happy for them as I usually would have been. I said like reevaluating my thought process that led me to that point where I took it out, like I displayed it because like if you don't mind that it's not wrong to sometimes want to jealous because we all want good things to happen to us, right? So it's not wrong for it to happen once in a while, but for you to show it that you're jealous of a person, this person could see it. I think there's a big problem. That's where the problem came in, or the problems that I had to deal with. So I took that time I prayed about it and I regulated my life. And I'm just going to share three things I learned from that experience, right? So it's not as if that was the only time that I felt jealous towards it, but when something has happened to you once or twice, you can trace the events leading up to this thing, right? So one of the things I noticed was jealousy is a result of ingratitude. Yes. When you're so focused about what's going on in other people's life, you fail to see the good that is happening in your life. So I was focused on the wrongs, I was focused on the fact that, oh, I was applying for stuff, I was not getting any responses, I wasn't getting into any programs, I wasn't, you get to, I was so focused on that, but I was not focused on the things that I had. I also applied for something and I got in. that week, right? It's even a funny thing because that weekend I also had something that I was supposed to do, right? But because I did not get into that particular one that my friend got into, I could not appreciate what I had. Say you're still in the process of getting a better paying job, right? Your friend currently is, leave your friend out of it. First of all, even leave your friend out of it. So you're not earning the amount that you need to earn right now, but you're earning. Have you ever realized that that place you want to be, that place that you feel like is too small for you, like you should have outgrown this place? Is someone's prayer point. So that place that you feel like you have overgrown, you want spirit to be there as well. So what if you're not earning the millions you're earning yet? You're earning, and that's something, right? Be grateful for it. So when we begin to disregard the things that we have, things that have been placed in our hands, it makes it look as if you're not moving forward, you're not progressing. If you're going to take a stock of how far God has brought you, and of all the things that you have achieved, then you realize that you're not doing so bad for yourself, right? So jealousy often comes out as a form of ingratitude. And number one way to cure ingratitude is what? Is to practice gratitude. Be grateful. Be grateful for all that you have. Be grateful for things that works out. Do you get? Be grateful. Thank God for the job that you have. While you're trusting God for a better one. Thank God for your singleness, where you're trusting God for a partner. I understand that every phase of our life there's a need for every phase of our life. Every phase of our life is a blessing. And before you know you're out of this phase, you realize that why was I so worried? Like why was I so worried? Do you understand? So be grateful for the things that you have. And that's one of the cures to jealousy. Number two, jealousy reveals that you don't trust God's plan for you. So I focused on my friend's win. Like the fact that my friend got into this program, I felt like God didn't even have any plan for me. God, why am I not your part of your children? That kind of thoughts process, you know. So it's a revealer that you don't trust in God's plan, don't trust in God's timing, because at the end of the day, how many things can you exactly do on your own? How many things, like it is God that brought you here, your God created you, one that brought you here, definitely has a plan for you. And I'm sure that his plan for you does not negate someone else's his plan for someone else. So your friend's success or someone else's success doesn't negate yours. It doesn't mean that if this person is prospering, you won't prosper. God has enough blessings to go around for everyone. Like they said, the sky is wide enough for every bird to fly, right? Even planes for that matter. So no one has to clash, doesn't have to clash anybody. It's just the same thing. Your success doesn't negate someone else's, and someone else's success doesn't negate yours, right? Everything will happen in due time. So trust God. It's not everything that you say God will, God, why not me, right? So sometimes and God when is a sign of desperation, it's a sign of unbelief, right? Because when you trust God, you will know that His when is always the right time. It may not happen when you want it to happen or as soon as you want it to. But you're going to have to trust that when God wants this to happen, and when this thing happens, it's going to be the perfect time. And you're paying attention to it rather than focusing on someone else's success. The last point I would like to share last is when jealousy reveals that your focus is distorted, right? So you've lost focus in what matters. You've lost focus on your journey, right? Everybody's journey is not going to be the same. Some people are going to be millionaires at age 20, 21. Some people are going to be millionaires at age 30. There's no time limit, there's no age limit. Everybody will get to their appointed time. The important thing is that you're putting in the work, you're doing what you ought to do to get to where you want to. So you don't fold arms and you're not doing anything. And you see someone who is working and they get injured and you're being jealous. That's just plain the foolishness. That's not the right attitude. When Cain and Abel went before God with their sacrifices, right? Cain offered his, Abel offered his, but Abel's own was accepted. And Cain was angry, was jealous of his brother's sacrifice being accepted. And God told him that if you had done the right thing, would you have been rejected? That's just it. That's just it. So remove your eyes from somebody's journey. Focus on yours. Do what you need to do. We're not all going to do the same thing at the same time. But what's important is that wherever we are, in whatever phase that we are, we're doing what we need to do. We're learning what we need to learn. We're constantly growing, we're constantly improving on ourselves, and we're trusting God's plan for us. We're not walking in someone else's shadow. That's the most important thing. So, right, so yeah, I know that at the end of the day, like I said, these things, we're humans, right? These things are not the easiest things to navigate. These are things that sneak up on you, even the best of us, like it just sneaks up, and you just realize that this is not who I am. Like, why am I acting like this? And the best thing is to know it, like acknowledge it, acknowledge when your responses to people are changing, when you begin to feel more jealous, acknowledge it, right? And work on it. It happens, right? It doesn't make you a bad person ultimately. And at the end of the day, it's what we do when these things happen, the way we respond to these things that makes us a bad person. So if I had that experience, that pang of jealousy, but I had not acted on it, I wouldn't have almost destroyed my friendship with my friend. Do you get? But sometimes this thing happens, right? Everybody wants good things to happen. Everybody wants the best in their life, but it may not always happen in the way and the timing that we want it to. And that's okay. And if it's happening for our friend in that period, we can be genuinely happy for them without it taking anything away from our joy. So yes, understand that it happens. It comes once in a while, it might sneak up on you, when you're planning your life, and it's like nothing's going the way you want to know, but trust God. Trust God. Hold on to God's promises, right? And focus on your journey. Tell you we'll not, like I said, we'll not all have the same journey, we'll not all have the same experience. But one thing we can trust is that all things are working together for our good, because we have a good God, we have a good Father. So we can hold on to His promise and trust that He will make everything good in His time. And I'm saying this to you as to myself as well, because it's an encouragement to me. God was an encouragement to me. I trust in God, and that's an encouragement to me, right? So I know that I don't have to be jealous of anybody's journey, and nobody's success is going to take me from mine. I can have those thoughts as I go through life, and it's just safety for me, right? So if you've experienced this in recent times, or if you're wondering how to deal with this or how to handle this, or you're thinking that, oh, am I a bad person for feeling this way when you're not? At the end of the day, these things happen to us, but you own it, acknowledge it, and then you deal with it. Do you get? So I really hope that you enjoyed watching this video. I hope that you were able to learn one or two things from this video, and you can also share your experiences or things that has helped you, curb jealousy in your life, because I feel like every one of us might have had that kind of phase. So if you've had things that have helped you curb jealousy in your life, kindly share in the comments. I'll be reading and I'll be watching out. Of course, if you've watched to this point in time and you've not liked or subscribed, I don't know what to say to you. I don't know what to say or do to you, but I know that you're a changed person. I know. I can see it, I can feel it, that you've changed. And you're liking the video already and you're subscribing. Yeah. God bless you. All right, guys. Thank you so much for sticking with me, for watching my videos, for sharing it. I'm really grateful. Don't take it for granted. Um, I'll see you in my next video. Love you. Bye.